All right. Moment of truth. Is that shit working or what, bro? Is it okay now? How's my sound? Can I get a sound check? A little funky coming through my headphones yet. But it does sound like it's working the way it should be in my... There we go. Let's say my light won't charge. It's gonna make me sad if my light stops working. Sounds much better. Sounds good. Okay. Do I sound like a normal human being? You sound wonderful. Yay! Did I fix it? Did I fix it, you guys? I hope I fixed it. Because that was whack, what was going on before. A little up and down on the level. Yeah, I don't know. There's some weird settings going on here. I don't know what some of this stuff means, and I think it's like, I have a limiter. Limiter limiting me. Can I turn it off? Check, check. Check, check. How does it work? No idea. No idea. The limiter's messing with me. Limiter. Check, 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 check. Is that better? Is it... I think it was set too high, maybe? Set too high, maybe? Is it worse? Good enough. Let's see. Nope. Mm, 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 mm. Now let's see. Check, check, check. Check. All right. I think that's good. Or I could just turn it off. See if that'll help. See. Check, 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 check. Let me open my phones. Yeah, I can hear it going up and down. I don't know what that is. I guess I still have some tweaking to do with the way this program works. I don't know what happened, man. Updates happened and shit went all sideways, you guys. Now I can hear it going up and down and shit. Like, oh God. It used to happen on Jaren's audio. It used to drive me insane. Anywho. Let me see something here. Listen, I'm doing the best I can. That's all I gotta see. That's all I gotta say about that. Currently angelic. Let's get the show on the road. Alright, well, let's get the show on the road. Alright, well, anyway. Sorry about all that, you guys. Sorry about all that. Did you guys all make it through the storm? Helium leak fixed, yes. Phasing issue with the double mics? Well, I think it's something in the software, some sort of setting in the sound software that I have to tweak. Because it never used to, it didn't do that before. That's definitely a new issue. This is new. This is a new issue. Am I panning correctly? Am I panning correctly? Am I panning correctly? Is it back to normal? Any chance you and Jack continuing through the rest of the Bible using the Torah as a primary lens, description key per Jack's POV? Just an idea. I love that series. Cheers. Yeah, you know, Jack and I have discussed doing stuff, but I don't know what he's up to lately. He's been kind of quiet. I actually wouldn't mind doing that as well. It's funny too, because I just watched a video that came up to me that YouTube suggested to me, and it was like this dude who was talking about how his theory that the New Testament is not actually scripture. Yes, we're back, Southern Belle. That it's not scripture. That only the Torah is scripture. It's taking me like an hour to do this. It's 11:11, by the way. 11:11. And I don't know how late I'm going to go today because I have other sort of pressing family issues that I'm probably going to have to deal with here shortly. Because such is life. Such is life on this plane. Yet NT is an interpretation of the OT. I found that out while reading the Bible. The restart solve it? Well, yes and no. I had to restart and then I had to reset up my audio and I didn't do it, perfectly, but I mean, if I was to sit here and mess with it to get it exactly right the way I wanted it to be, there'd be no continuing of Coffee Talk today, and I feel like you guys would rather just deal with it the way it is. At least I don't sound like a chipmunk. Right? My phones are open, by the way. If Tony, if that was you who was trying to call earlier, you can try to call, or somebody can try to call. We should be able to, you're eating dinner? Well, you have a lovely dinner there, Artez. Bon appetit. Things in Minnesota are going pretty good. Nice. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B. Oof. Why am I not hearing? See? I don't even know. Dang, I can't even hear the caller. Although I could hear, you guys could hear the Google sounds though, right? So maybe that might have been on the caller's end. I'm going to close that window and restart it though, just to try it. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Yeah, I can't hear anything. I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, I hear you, Tony.
Tony Coriolis.
Do you hear
me? Can't really hear you. I don't know if you can hear me. I got a couple little things to say, but I don't know. I'll try again in just a little bit. I can't hear any responses from you.
I can hear you. Oh, no, Tony can't hear me. Hold on. Okay. Microphone is fucked up on here. Revelator. Try again, Tony. I had to change it. Dude, the sound settings on everything is all screwed up. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Sound settings on everything is all screwed. All right.
However, this This is not Tony B.
Right. I know because you're not the same phone number.
Yeah, there you go. I'm Jeffy P, not Tony. I'm Jeffy P. Anyway, good morning.
Good morning.
And I just tuned in, so I may have missed all the good stuff. Was there some really good stuff?
No, you missed all of the technical difficulties. I basically deleted my stream and restarted.
Well, then I'm glad I popped in at this time. And when you said it was 11:11, it was 10:11 for me. So I missed 10:10. It was so sad.
Oh.
I hate missing the happy minutes. Yes. Well, my main thought, and I don't know what you guys are talking about, but the one comment there in your chat, everything's great up here in Minnesota. It was probably maybe a comment of the weather, getting different.
Mm-hmm.
But they're up there shooting people in the street, and it's so painful to watch, as you all would agree.
Oh yeah, the Minnesota, the ice stuff.
Yeah, the particularly that one man, I forget his name right now, but I'm going to burn it into my mind today because he was literally laying on the ground, no weapon, 5 men around him just shooting bullets into his body.
Really? I didn't even see the video on that. Is there video of it? Because I did not see the video.
Yeah, the Disturbing Illusion fella, Brian Young. If you look under him, the Disturbing Illusion, Brian Young, he did a commentary, but he had all the footage from like 6 different body cameras. And it was just so sad to know that I grew up 20 miles from where that happened in Hastings, Minnesota. And I've got dear friends. My son's getting married right there in Minnesota here in August. So, that's my home stomping grounds. And I just, it's literally where you just go, I can't believe it. This is freaking happening right in our country right now. So that's just a comment of sadness, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm also, this morning, since 6 o'clock, I woke up, I'm writing the preface to my book. The book is basically written, and my book is Making Man, Dirt to Divinity, The Strange Work of God. And it's just my perspective on what God is actually doing in the world, in creation, and what his actual purpose is, which in summation is he's bringing many sons to himself. He's giving us an experience so that we can enter into his family with all that we need to enjoy all that he has for us for all eternity. So it's a very difficult experience, our walk through this world of good and evil. But be of good cheer, all of you. It will last forever. And I think of our friend here, just in the moment came in mind, our friend that passed away a year ago or so. What's his name?
Zulu.
Lulu, yeah. He's in the world to come, effectively, in the grave in silence, but then in his next waking moment, he'll be in the resurrection. So, we each come and go and learn our lesson, and then we'll be with our Father. And that's my simple theology, which is the theme of my book. So I thought I'd just share that little word.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, I enjoy your program. I like your commenters, all your people that say this or that. I enjoy reading them and just watching you put your makeup on. I thought to myself on several occasions, Miss Karen is such a pretty woman. I don't even think she needs any makeup, but it's okay to watch you put on your makeup because you do a good job.
Well, thank you.
I told my daughter one time, I said, because she does good with her makeup, I said, my wife Sharon, I said years ago when I met her, her makeup was just light, but just beautifully accented her eyes and such. And so, yeah, a woman with a little bit of makeup on her face is just one of the joys of our lives.
Well, cool. I'm glad you think so.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say hello and check out if the phones were working a little for you, because the last guy, I think Tony or something, it wasn't. So I thought I'll call in and see if mine pops through. And so I'll get off and let somebody get on.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get Tony to call in. I like to hear from Tony, too.
All right. See you now, sister.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I stands for FAFO. Caller sounds good. What does ICE stand for? Immigration, something enforcement. This is Floyd 2.0. They removed the gun from him and then shot him. There's video from several angles out now. He did have a pistol, a P360 with a spare mag. They're well known for negligent discharges. Oh. Did his weapon discharge? I know. Nobody's really doing much this morning. Was Mark Sargent here? Hello, Mark Sargent. So you guys could hear the caller talking to me and me talking to the caller, right? Everything was good. I've seen that take around as well. I just know I see many NT prioritizers, any denomination reinterpreting the Torah, but seldom any Torah prioritizers doing the inverse. Not sure if his went off or not. Looks like they took it from him, yelled gun, then shot him. Very tragic. Dude, it's awful. Why do they keep doing this? Why do they keep heaps of value and truth to be mined? Yeah, you're probably correct. And I don't really have any interest in focusing on any of the other stuff that's going on right now. Like essentially the collapse of America. I mean, what do you do? I'll be here to help put it back together to something better after it falls. I'd like to see these tech guys just self-destruct themselves is what I'd really like to see. That would make me happy. Them and all their technocratic, totalitarian bullshit. No officials have gone to jail yet for funding these protests or all the fraud. Yeah. Well, crazy and bold and shit. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B. Why can't I hear Tony? Oh, try talking now.
Hey, Tony. Hey, Karen. It's Tony Coriolis.
All right, now I don't know why your sound wasn't coming through there for the first second, but now you sound good. So
All good. You know, they're messing with you, and then I'm one of the top callers around, so they got to mess with me a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
All planned stuff. Yeah, so I was just going to say just a couple little things. I didn't have too much, and I kind of just wanted to test it if it was working off the bat. But a couple weeks ago, you said offhand you didn't remember Zulu's birthday. I found out it's the 30th.
The 30th of January.
January.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, he's got one of those early birthdays that flips him on the Chinese zodiac. So I knew it was coming soon, and glad to find that out before the birthday.
Yeah, totally. So it's on a Friday.
Yeah, I know.
think.
And then I had dinner on Friday with the Armstrongs. You know them, right?
The Armstrongs.
I think it's Johnny and Tammy. Then they have a son, Austin.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, they're out here in Arizona, so we met up for dinner, and that was nice.
That's cool. Right on. Yeah,
Yeah.
Austin has called in here before.
Yeah, he has.
And he's called the Strange World.
And yeah, we just chit-chatted a bunch, and then I went off to the bar to drink, and I was just drinking all weekend, so.
Oh, okay,
I
nice.
got too much. Now I'm just back at work and making it through, just doing a bunch of work. And then I saw Mark does have a call-in tomorrow where I would bring up something that I kind of put together watching, like, the Star Wars movies, that everyone's got, like, all the conspiracies on the Star Wars movie, like, different hidden angles. Like, I'm sure you've heard there's one where, like, Jar Jar Binks is actually, like, the Sith Lord. Like, there's a bunch of stuff like that. But I finally kind of thought one out. I feel like I'm going to talk it up on Strange World if I get to call in tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Is it about
a little
Star
preface
Wars?
to that.
Is it just general?
Yeah, and it has to do with, like, the self-driving cars stuff. I didn't even notice, like, this angle to it all, like, in the Star Wars movies. But last weekend, I was up, not this past one, but the one before. I watched, like, all 6 Star Wars up out of town and enjoyed myself, just relaxing and having enough time to watch all 6 Star Wars. But I noticed something that I don't know if anyone else noticed. I tried to put it into YouTube, see if anyone, like, made a video on it, and I didn't see nothing. So I'm going to talk it out tomorrow on Strange World if I can. But I'm also playing softball on Tuesday night, so it's kind of a busy night for me. I think I'm going to be able to call in, but I'm holding that next. If I don't talk it out there, I'll talk it up on another call here.
Okay, cool. So did you watch all 6
glad
movies?
That the stream seems to be going good for now. Best of luck with all that, and thank you for taking my call, Karen. Have a great day.
Yes, thank you, Tony.
All right, peace.
I was going to ask him if he watched all the movies in order. If he watched all the movies in order, if he watched them, I guess if you're going to watch all 6, you might as well watch them in order. If I didn't leave the borders open for 4 years, none of this would be happening. I'm watching a channel called Black Balloons. What's that about? What's up, Juan Torres? Quality Learning Center. Much love and throat punches. Am I invisible? Lone Frog? No. Future is digital ID governed by AI. No officials have gone to jail for funding the protesters or all the fraud. No officials go to jail for freaking any of the horrible shit that they do, dude. Any of the horrible shit that they do. Not to even mention the fact that, like, I mean, they murdered millions of people. They murdered children, elderly people during COVID. You know, no mention of any of that. Totally did a whole culling of the population. Canada needs ice next. Headlines and general calls. Oh, okay. Cool beans. Mark Sargent. Deport him. Never watched any Star Wars beginning to end. I've watched a lot of Star Wars. I mean, you know, I was born when Star Wars came out, and and my full family, my cousins were into it. We all watched it, and we used to have all kinds of Star Wars toys growing up that, if we still had them now, they'd probably be worth a whole bunch of money because they were like original Star Wars toys. But we didn't think about that. We just played with them and we just destroyed everything that we touched. You know, we'd have them like melted in the dirt, limbs ripped off. Anyway, yeah, good times. Wokeism killed Star Wars. Getting shot for having a gun while being legal and permitted is a travesty to the Constitution. Doesn't look like he pulled it on them. Yeah, well, you know, none of these people who've been who've been shot haven't done anything that was like warranted them being shot. That's the whole thing. They're like being murdered in the street. People are being murdered in the street. It doesn't really matter if you're left or right. It's like what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And the immigration police don't get to go around murdering people. Like, why are they allowed to do this? I was telling I was talking to my son about this, and I was like, it's almost like as if they got some like an unwritten okay, like they got like a okay to use lethal force to do whatever they want when they go into these cities. It's just that it's not official, right? Because look at how quickly, like when that woman was shot, how quickly all of the president and fucking Homeland Security, Barbie and shit jumped up and they're like, oh, she was a terrorist. It was a use of deadly force. She turned her car into a weapon and she was trying to ram the officers down and murder them. When you watch the video, and clearly it's not that. It's not what's going on. Right? So it's almost like they've been told, some of these people have, some of these factions of immigration police, it's like they've gotten this like the okay to just do whatever they want, and that, oh, don't worry because the administration will have your back, NSA will have your back or whatever. I didn't watch an order. I did 231561. Interesting. His gun wasn't drawn, he was filming, stepped in between when an ice shoved a woman to the ground. They dogpiled him, unarmed him. Well, I don't understand why they'd be shooting him if they unarmed him first. What's happening is wrong. If they can lame excuse it on one side, they can and will on the other side as well. Exactly. True Earth Whisperer, hello. All right, well, let's see. This one has no sound. It's just all super slowed down. So, is this him on the ground on his knees? Is that him taking his gun away? You disarmed him? He's got the gun. So they already had the gun off of him before they shot him, right? He's laying on the ground. You can literally hear him say, "Where's the effing gun? Where's the gun?" And a man in the back, presumably the one who confiscated it before they all started shooting, says, "He has it." They pepper sprayed and threw him to the ground, disarmed him, and then executed him. That's not okay. That's not okay. Ooh, that's a horrible sound.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Ooh.
The fuck, people? The fuck is wrong with you? Honestly.
Jesus.
What's wrong with you? Wrong with you? Honestly.
So he's got all these dudes on top of him. And then they just shoot him. Is this the guy right here? Is this him? Because it does look like he's instigating some shit. Is this him?
What the fuck is wrong with you? The fuck, people? The fuck is wrong?
It's hard to tell what is going on right in here. This is probably not the best quality video. This guy pulls his gun out and just starts shooting him, though. Why does he do that? Why, if they already have him down, this guy pulls his gun out and just shoots him? This guy right here. He pulls his gun out and shoots the dude in the back. Damn! First shot is from his gun and the other officers react. One dude took his gun and the other dude shot him while not being able to move. What's a nurse doing out there with a gun? Who's in the holster? How is this in any way, shape, or form is made by so-called professional personnel? Yeah. Hard to tell who's who in the slow versions. They shouldn't. I mean, they had all the dudes around him. Like, I don't understand why the guy pulled the gun out and shot him in the back. Because they were on edge all day from all the abuse they were getting all day, every day. Well, what the fuck? Fake AF, yes, right, because nothing ever happens in real life, right? The idiots that walk around, the agents of the state that walk around fully armed, never, ever, ever shoot people in altercations. That never happens. So this is like an agent pushes that woman, and then this guy, it looks like he was like telling the agent, hey, stop pushing that woman, because the guy just pushes her down. And then he gets pepper sprayed. All right. Gun removed. Right there. Oh yeah, so there's the gun in his holster. The gun gets removed by this guy, and then this guy pulls his gun out and starts shooting homie in the back. So right there, the dude who shoots him, hold on. The guy who shot the guy is sitting there with his eyeballs, watching his gun get pulled out of the holster by another ICE agent. And then after that, he pulls his gun out and shoots the dude in the back. This is definitely not okay. Look at that. Come on, dude. The guy's sitting there. You can watch the guy pull the gun out. There, he pulls the gun out. This guy pulls his gun out and starts shooting the guy who was just disarmed and is dogpiled by a bunch of ICE agents. This is totally not okay, dude. That's not okay. Wow, that's so terrible, dude. That right there tells me that's not okay, because this agent right here is watching. He's watching the guy get piled on by, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 other agents. He watches the guy pull his weapon. His weapon is pulled from his holster. Then the guy pulls his gun out and shoots him in the back and kills him in the street. Bro, dude, that's not okay. That's not okay. No, come on. He was waving a gun around. What did he expect would happen? I don't know. Was he waving the gun around? I don't know. Like I said, I haven't even looked into this stuff, you guys. This is like me looking at this stuff from like, this is the first time I've watched any of this shit. But that right there, no. And I don't buy that he thinks the suspect was doing it, because the dude's got 4 agents. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 agents around him. This dude standing next to this dude is the guy who pulls the gun. You can watch him do it. There's no way he thought that the dude on the ground was pulling his own weapon. There's no way. I don't buy that. Pushed to the ground, disarmed, beaten on the ground, and shot in the back. I agree with this assessment. That's what I'm seeing too. That is exactly what I'm seeing. Oh, here's another angle. So that the agent pushes this woman to the ground, and he's like, hey, stop. Okay, then he gets pepper sprayed. here comes, so here's an agent. Here's an agent. Oh, well, now he's surrounded by agents. They're beating him. This dude's on top of him, pulls the weapon. See, and this guy's right here, right next to him. This is just, you know what this is? This is a bunch of dipshit moron ICE agents doing stupid shit. That's what it is. You feel good about it, MFT? I don't understand why you would feel good about this. He brought a gun to a peaceful protest, okay. Well, I don't know. Shows you should stay far away from ICE agents. When you're in a dog pile of cops and one of them yells gun, the others are cleared to fire based on the assessment of his fellow agents. That dude pushed his luck and found out. I don't believe it's justified. They're trying to do their job. Yeah, I'm just... Something inside of me is keeping me from agreeing with that. I just don't think so. I don't understand how you can believe this after all the fakery. Because, Angela, the world has people in it, and the people are out there doing stupid shit, and shit happens. Not everything is fucking fake. Now, you know, what's going on? What are the driving forces behind these things that we see happen? That's up for debate. But it doesn't mean that everything's fucking fake and nothing is real. Like, that to me is such like a nihilistic point of view. Oh, it's all fake. Nothing is real. Nothing's real. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, but it's affecting you in real life. You better believe that shit, right? Because you know what I mean? Like, everybody's being affected by the shit that's going on. So something must be real, right? Or what the fuck is this place? Like, I don't understand why. How can nothing be real? How can literally nothing be real in life? I don't understand this, like, point of view. How can nothing be real? Like, nothing? Are you real? So if some shit goes wrong with you, is that real or is that a psyop? Is it all fakery? Is it media fakery? Like, just, come on, dude. Getting windy? Perhaps the left pushed too hard and deserved it, but why is the left pushing too hard? You gotta understand, like, this shit is all manufactured. Like, it's you know, this is like social engineering, like at its most, at its worst, we'll say, right? Like, they've got these people thinking that men can be women and women can be men, and that women can play the role of a man and men can play the role of a woman. Like, they've got everything inverted, you know, to the point where they've got this, like, you know, jackboot fucking police totalitarian state that's sneaking up in the background while everybody argues over stupid shit, over little girls having to get undressed in the dressing room because little boys want to act like they're little girls and walk around with hard-ons and shit. Like, all the fucking mental retardation that is being allowed to happen in society is a distraction. It is a distraction. It's a way to bring this place down. That's why I said, I'm like, what are we watching here? We're like basically watching the destruction of America. We're watching it all just go circle the fucking drain right now, right? With all the retardation of shit that's going on, and AIs running everything, and you order your food at a kiosk. You need an app for this and an app for that. Like just like we live in fucking dystopia, basically. Like that shit is here now. I'm kind of like to the point where I'm just like, let it self-destruct. Let that shit destruct. Because it ain't working. It ain't fucking working the way it is now. So let it destruct, and let's, like I was saying, I've been saying for years now, let's manifest a reality that serves us. They're desensitizing us now to accept the military against the people. I agree, Cammie. I agree. They might have gone around and hired up all the shitty cops that make... These are not just regular people getting wasted. Like, I don't know. Because, look, the way that the messages that come out of the black box into everybody's living room, the programming, the social programming, the indoctrination from schools, people being triggered by all this retarded shit that's going on in the world, by all the crazy shit that people are doing and trying to impose on people. Who knows how many of these people are actually, what you would consider like a Manchurian candidate, or, some sort of like paid agitator or federal agent, or how many of these people are just people who just lost their fucking minds and they go and do crazy shit because they watch all this crazy shit going on around them, and then it makes them do crazy shit. Like I feel like that is that's a plausible possibility here. Who knows what these people are doing, and the beast system probably loves that shit. That's probably like the beast system is like, yes, we made another one go psycho, and it gave us something to fuel the beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this all is. So, no, it's not okay. It's not okay. None of this is okay. None of what is going on is okay. It wasn't okay for Biden to open up the fucking borders and let all of these crazy people. And it wasn't just, and it's not like it was just Mexicans coming over the border, because Mexicans have been coming over here for decades, and America does not have a problem with Mexicans coming over the border, okay? There was all kinds of other people coming over from everywhere was coming over the border, okay? When that stuff was going on, you see, like everywhere. It wasn't just Mexicans. Probably Mexicans were probably the minority of the people who were coming over the border when the border was open like that. Could be another way to take your Second Amendment away. Yes. They don't need to eliminate anyone when they can fool you with bad acting. And maybe these satanic pedophiles that are in charge spill blood for their blood magic. Maybe they make public sacrifices so that they get their way. Did you ever think about that? Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B. My sound is doing weird stuff. I can't hear. Hold on. Speakers. Why can't I hear you?
Can you hear me?
Oh, now it wants to work. Okay. Now it's working.
Oh, okay.
I was
Yeah,
about to
I'm
give
just
up,
calling
and then
about
I
the
heard you.
I was calling about the retardation in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like this weird shit going on in my brain that I knew was coming when they let Trump win 2024. Like he was going to be the savior for the 4 years of destruction done under Biden with opening borders. And I watched Whitney Webb shortly after he got elected, and she kind of sewed that all up for me, saying that, yeah, it's just like 9/11. They already had the Patriot Act all ready to go. It was all written like a huge book, that they clearly planned to do an event to put it into place. And it's the same thing here. You know, we had over 10 million illegals, and almost all men. And you're right, from all over the place. Very few were Mexicans. Tons of them in my town. I saw them literally get dumped off, and all of them were young men from Central America, not Mexico. And so, yeah, you can't have a country without borders. And so, yes, I'm glad that ICE is taking prioritizing getting rid of criminal illegals. They've all committed a crime, of course, coming illegally, but they are trying to prioritize getting rid of, street crime people, I guess is what you would say. And I think that's a good thing. And I think it's a good thing that the borders are closed now to illegals, and they're not doing that anymore. And I think the left is stupid to interfere with ICE. I don't really feel all that badly about. I don't think ICE is going around just shooting leftists willy-nilly. The leftists are just creating chaos. But at the same time, Whitney Webb was right. This was done so that under the guise of correcting the problem that they orchestrated under Biden, they're getting us used to military on the streets, getting us used to using AI to go after people, using AI to secure the border. You see what I mean? It's like this massive overreaction to get the panopticon put into place, just like they did with 9/11. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know. They do need to be removed from the country, and no more illegals allowed to just come flooding by the thousands every single day into the country. But I don't want the panopticon either.
Right.
And in the meantime, these leftists are just, I don't know, they're highly organized by non-governmental organizations, NGOs.
Yeah.
Teaching them tactics to go and screw around with ICE people. And it's like it's like they're pissed off because they're not being allowed to destroy the country, or they got interrupted destroying the country, is how it seems. I don't know.
So, do we know about this guy, Alex? Was he a leftist? Was he a Democrat?
Oh, so this.
Did they ever talk about that?
I don't know anything about the second event that you were just showing. I haven't looked at that at all. The only one that I saw was the first one, that Renee Good chick.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so interesting to see what the media did. They did the exact same thing that they did with George Floyd. with George Floyd, they showed over and over for days on end the edited footage of 4 cops like kneeling on him,
Mm-hmm.
and that was all they showed. And then I saw the whole entire arrest from start to finish, and it was nothing like that edited, chopped up thing they showed. He kept saying, and he was already in the back of the police car, and kept saying, I can't breathe. And he actually said that he ate the rest of his drugs. and then his autopsy showed, no, there was no, he didn't die from being knelt on. He died from ODing himself.
Mm-hmm.
And tons of people do that during their arrest. They'll eat the rest of the drugs knowing that they'll get Narcaned and sent to the hospital.
Right.
But at least they're not going to get nailed for, yeah, and that's exactly what he did. Well, they did the same thing with this Renee Good chick. They kept showing an angle from behind the vehicle. And then later on, we see that, yeah, she did indeed start, as her girlfriend is saying, go, drive, baby, drive. she literally is driving with the ICE officer in front of her. So, I mean, they're just fucking around. They shouldn't be out there fucking around with ICE anyway. You know what I mean? They're just trying to create chaos. And you're right. These people, in a way, I kind of feel badly for them, because these are the same people, like you were saying, that think it's okay to hack up children and inject them with hormones and all the crap.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they've been, I don't know, programmed, and leftism is just their religion. And they seem to be hell-bent on dismantling society.
Oh, yeah. For sure. In one way or another. It just, to me, that's what it just seems like with all the different things that are going, all the chaos. Like, every day there's like 4, 5, 6 different things that people are arguing about. Like, it's just way more chaotic in social sort of terms, news terms, you know, right versus left terms than it has been ever in the past that I've ever seen. You know, I mean, I'm not that old, but I'm almost 50, and I just have never seen it like this. Like, it just seems to get crazier and crazier as time goes on, and the internet doesn't help. You know?
Yeah, it feels like they intentionally spin up the leftists and make it so bad and so chaotic and lawless that all the conservatives, conservatives become okay with hardcore measures to rein it in. I think that's all orchestrated. Those two things. To get conservatives to overreact and say, yeah, it's cool. Let's just have cities taken over by military because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Hegelian dialectic. That's why, like, I say, like, things like this are not okay. It's not okay that things have escalated to this point.
Right. The leftists shouldn't be out there instigating all the chaos in the first place, though.
But they're not the ones who started it, though. Like, it goes back, but it goes back further. Like, who you know, it goes back decades, the things that have been done to the country to make it to put us in this position. Well, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like leftists, it's not just like a new problem. Like, all of a sudden, here's these leftists out of nowhere who are making all the problems. Like, the leftists were created.
Oh yes,
right?
No, I totally agree. That's exactly what I'm saying too. I think. Well, I know social media is engineered to spin them up whenever they want. Just spin up the leftists and get them out on the streets, and it works every time. And then the mainstream media, almost all the mainstream media, does the same thing, very intentionally. And then here comes Trump and all of his Zionists to just do whatever they want under the guise of stopping the chaos.
Yeah, the chaos that they created.
Right. Yeah, we're saying the same thing.
Yeah,
I think.
essentially. So, like, well, I don't agree with what these people are doing. Like, if these people are going and interfering with ICE, you know, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know what their motivation is. Of course, I'm not going to do it, but I'm not going to. I already know enough to not mess around with any agent of the state, especially an armed agent of the state.
Yeah, I don't think ICE is doing anything wrong.
Well, I do.
I
See,
think
that's where we're going to disagree. I do think they are doing something wrong. I think that maybe these people these ICE officers with their new directive are not really maybe totally experienced in de-escalating situations, and I don't think that they're as experienced as dealing with this many people with this sort of tension. So I think that they're acting irrationally and they're making poor decisions. Like shooting this guy on the street. Like, that's ridiculous.
But I think that they aren't in a position to do de-escalation tactics. I saw them do that with Renee Good. They were desperately trying to de-escalate that shit. I don't know about the second one, though. It looks like there's just so many in the mob surrounding them that it's just all a bunch of reaction. But anyway, pulling back up to a higher altitude for a second, we've always had immigration laws, and in fact, our immigration laws are have always been the most liberal of all the countries in the world. The easiest to immigrate to the U.S. Mm-hmm. It's still obviously a process and everything and controlled, or it's supposed to be. But my thing is that it seems like the leftists continue to be unsuccessful to just do away with all immigration laws and collapse the border. And so they're trying to do it by force instead. By chaos, I should say. They're just like, well, we don't like these laws, so we're just going to do this. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of trying to get enough representatives into Congress to change immigration laws. Of course, that whole thing's a mess too, because they rig elections. And Congress just kind of does whatever it wants.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this country is in a real bad way right now. Like, nothing is working the way that it's supposed to, Everything is falling apart. And the people in charge aren't doing anything to save it. They're just making it worse.
Or they're overreacting and putting all the elements of the panopticon in place to say that they're saving it.
Oh yeah, they say shit all the time, but then they're not doing what they say that they're. They say one thing and do another.
Yeah, Davos was last week too, and that was just fucking wild. Davos, the shit they were saying economically, and so yeah, they're putting, people like Larry Fink of BlackRock was just going on and on about how all of a sudden he's flipped and he thinks CBDCs and stable coins are the cat's ass now, and it's all about control and the removal of financial privacy of any kind and using that to control people. it's just another element of getting everything into place by 2030.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. Anyway, want to talk about the weather for a sec? It's been really nice here in Montana, depending on what you call nice, but we haven't had shit for snow this year.
Really?
Yeah, and it's about to warm up to 40 degrees again by tomorrow. It's just been warm and no snow. You guys are getting it all.
Yeah, we didn't get really snow. We just got sleet. We got that icy rain where it hits the ground, it just freezes, it becomes like a layer of ice. It sucks.
Yeah, nasty.
Yeah. It's not fun.
All right. Well, I hope your kitty calms down.
So do I. Oh, we're gonna have to get her fixed because that shit sucks. Every time you touch her, she puts her ass in the air.
Oh, gross. Does she do that thing where she takes one of her hind legs and sticks it up really super high?
Yeah, she's doing all kinds of weird shit.
Well, at least you have that to distract you from all the shit going on.
Yeah.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
I can't see my street here in South Carolina. I got rain, sleet, and snow. Yeah, it's a mess. The left wants socialism, so I hate them with the passion. The right wants technocracy, and that sucks too, right? Like, both of them are like way too much government rule, right? Both of them. I feel like both of those, and I have to tell you, MFT, that I feel like both of those things kind of lead to the same path, which is total totalitarian government control with AI doing their bidding. However, I also don't think that they can pull it off, but they can totally make things suck and ruin the country in the process of trying to do it. That's about where I'm at as far as my opinion on the government and the state of the country right now. Hey, love bunny. F the weather. Can borrow my kitty cat? No, because then we're going to have even more kitties. So they can continue frauding. Yeah. People are so dumbed down. That's the problem. Because if you're one country, why do you need a left and a right anyway? Why don't you just vote on policies and whether or not they're good for the country? Like this whole left versus right, I feel like a lot of it is like moralism, or like the things that make them different shouldn't even be talked about in government, if that makes sense. You should just be worried about the infrastructure of the country, the economy, the well-being of the people, the strength of the economy, the educational system, without it being like, but people in power are never gonna not use that power to influence the masses to think and behave in a way that benefits them. That's the problem. The government is like existing to keep itself in power. It's not existing to keep the people, the country sovereign, or the people in or give the people a chance to pursue happiness or whatever we're supposed to be doing here. Mission accomplished. Hey, Liz. Thank you. I could use a little nationalism right about now, too. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. If you guys could just give me a minute. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Sorry about that, but remember when I said that there might be family matters I have to deal with? Well, I just realized that all of that is solved, and so I don't have to deal with that, so we're good. That makes me happy. Blizzard over Denver. I support law and order, but reject communism and crony capitalism. There are no good political choices for my children's future currently. Well, that's about where I'm at.
Good evening.
What is this, Tony? I have to say, what is this?
Good evening, lords and ladies of the illustrious town council, and good evening, your royal majesty, your highness, the king and town administrator. Congratulations on raising taxes yet again.
Would you please state your name?
Bruce Fenton, Lord Bruce Fenton this evening from Durham Point. Congratulations on raising taxes yet again. You know, the overwhelming majority of the voters is against the tax increase. They expressed this clearly, but you did what any good monarchy should do. You ignored them all. So bravo. You're not accountable to them. Public comment is simply theatre and the illusion of democracy, but at the end of the day, you're not accountable and you can simply ignore them. You, your Royal Highness, you have never been elected, you were never voted into power, and your Grace, you can never be voted out of power. It's a wonderful thing, isn't it? You are not accountable to them, their voice means nothing. So bravo. But I must say I was rather a little bit disturbed and distraught at the last meeting because you let all manner of riffraff in here. You had voters and labourers and workers and other sorts of commoners traipsing into this fine halls as if they owned the place. And it must have been terribly painful for you to be in the presence of these commoners. And I'm not sure how you could endure such a thing. You had to listen to these sob stories of these people talking about their taxes. Oh, boo-hoo, my taxes are up $40,000. Or boo-hoo, 50% increase, I have children. And do you remember the one gentleman? Oh, boo-hoo, I have lived here 70 years and you are forcing me from my home. Well, cry us a river. I don't know how we can make it any more clear to the commoners. This is a town for wealthy aristocrats. If you are struggling with your taxes and trying to make ends meet, the guidance from we, the elite, is clear. If you can't pay your taxes, don't be poor. When you move to this town, you sign an invisible imaginary social contract, which clearly states that you will pay far more taxes because we spend far more money here. That's what we do here. We spend other people's money. And if you don't like it, you're not welcome here. If you're struggling, then run along to one of the many, many other towns where you would pay far less in taxes. Newmarket, for example, or Rye. But have you ever been there? Have you ever been to Rye? It's a slum. It's barely suitable for the help. It shows what happens if the lords and ladies don't spend enough money. In Rye, the members of the town council have to sit on wooden benches. Can you imagine such a thing? Lords and ladies of the court sitting on wooden benches. It's preposterous. If anything, you should spend far more money. You currently spend about $60,000 a day of the workers' labour, and these are rookie numbers. You ought to be spending $100,000 or $200,000 a day. This building is one of the most expensive buildings on a per square foot construction cost in the state, but it's far too modest. You should increase it to 30 stories high. You should outfit it with Versace and Armani and Patek Philippe and other premium brands so that His Majesty our Lord the King can rule over his subjects in style. You really must send a message to these commoners. You should also increase the zoning and planning board department by 50 or 100 people so that the commoners can get a clear message that they can't go and simply build something on their own land as if they own the place. You've got to send a message to these commoners. You've done a great job in ignoring them, but you've really got to send a message. The role of the commoners is to be tax milk cows. Their job is to work and toil and labor in their dreary jobs and give their money to you. And your role is to spend their money and spend it with wild abandon on behalf of His Majesty the King. That is the natural order of things, and that is as it should be in any good monarchy. So please continue doing exactly what you are doing, continue to ignore these filthy commoners, and continue to spend their money with wild abandon. With that, lords and ladies and Your Majesty the King, I take my leave. Good evening. Thank you very much.
Oh. Good job, Bruce. Oh, it's pretty funny. Private jet carrying 8 people crashes in Bangor, Maine. Calls for full inquiry into Alex Preddy shooting, huh? Funding deal begins to unravel as Senate Democrats vow to oppose DHS bill over Alex Preddy shooting in Minnesota. Thousands of flights canceled Monday after snowstorm. Is that a bra on his head? It was a wig. Why does the king not have a golden loo? He's outside feeding the deer. You mean outside your door? Like right outside your door? You mean you were standing in your front doorstep throwing food to the deer? Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B. Hopefully my sound is working. Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. I don't know why
All
it's
right,
like taking like 10 seconds for the sound to hook up from this thing. I don't know what it is, but it is
No worries.
working. Okay. Go ahead.
This is Fathead.
This is who?
This is Fathead. How's it going?
Oh, Fathead. Hey, what's up, Fathead? How are you doing?
What's up? I've been called in before, but I thought I'd break my cherry finally.
Nice.
No, I just wanted to say, hey, and before you played that last thing, that was holy cow, that was hilarious. The commoners here. Oh my goodness, we aristocrats, we can't have any of these commoners around. Oh, it's good stuff. But anyway, I wanted to say thank you also for being one of the first ones to help me promote my, Jam in the Plane event, hangout, whatever. So I really appreciate you helping me do that.
Yeah, no problem.
I did finally get a promo made. I dropped it to you in Telegram. I don't know if you want to air it at some point. It's cool. Check it out and tell me what you think. But yeah, hopefully some people can come out. It's in June 19th to the 21st this year, out at my homestead, east of the Springs in Colorado there. So if you want details or whatever, there's a Telegram link floating around, or you can email me, just Viper_Ed@Yahoo.
Cool. Viper_Ed@Yahoo.com.
Yeah, it's 2 Ds, EDD.
With 2 Ds. Okay. Awesome. Yes, I see here where you sent it to me. For whatever, I have my privacy settings on Telegram set super high, and like sometimes somebody will send me stuff and I won't see it for hella long. And I'm like, why don't I see this? Oh, because Telegram's hiding it from me.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of nice, the Telegram. It's so customizable like that, but sometimes it can get frustrating.
There we go. Okay. Now it will send me your messages. Okay, cool. So number 6 now.
Number 6. Yep. It's crazy. Started, during COVID, you see, because, fuck that. I'm getting together with some people.
Right? Yeah, totally.
Oh, you tell me I can't? Oh, no, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Watch me. It's just like, I had so many people when I was 19 telling me, oh, you can't buy a house at 19. Oh, watch me.
Did you buy a house at 19?
Oh, yeah. It was not the best move of my life, but you know what? You learn some shit and I did it, Looking back at it, it's like, okay, I lost the house, I went into bankruptcy and shit happens, but I fucking owned the house at 19.
That's a life lesson for you, for sure.
It really is, right? So, what do you do, right? You live and learn?
Yeah.
Get loves?
Yeah.
You get cloth diapers and get rid of loves, I should say. Actually, we just got out of diapers, which is so exciting. Our third is potty trained now.
Oh, nice. That's got to be nice.
It's so nice.
Yeah, I remember that feeling. I was like, no more diapers? Really?
I took over the little diaper pail yesterday. I'm like, oh, I need to get this thing out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, I didn't have too much for you. I just wanted to call and say hey and let you know about that promo, and maybe you can throw it out there. And
yeah, I'll play it for you. I'll play it. For sure.
Heck yeah. Well, there was one other thing I was going to say about the whole everything is fake and gay, right? And I love how you're going on. Not everything is fake. Like, when I hear people say, oh, it's all just fake anyway, I don't jump to it was staged and it's fake. It could be as surface deep as the manipulation of what's being presented in the media. Yeah, the event happened. However, the spin or whatever the media is putting on it is the fake narrative of what actually happened, or spit. So it's.
Mm-hmm. How does this perpetuate their agenda? How does this manipulate the masses? That's really what we should be discussing when things like this happen,
right?
Yeah, not whether or not they're real or whether no.
What the person died or not or whatever. Okay, yeah, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't. But the control of the narrative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's the disgusting part.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very tough to find any real truth. And even then, when you find quote unquote real truth, it's, it's slanted in one way or another, it seems.
Yeah. True that.
Anyway. I don't want to clog up the phone lines or anything, or let you back to your show. I just want to say thank you for what you do, and I appreciate you helping me spread the word about Jamming the Plane.
All right, Kat. Yeah, cool. No problem. Thank you. Thanks for calling. And you have a Telegram group too, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's kind of the main way to find out information and RSVP and different stuff for the event. So come on out and hang out with us. Lowry said he might come back again this year, so that's cool. He's been out a couple of years, and a few other people had a couple international guests, and so it's fun. We had a good time.
Sweet.
So.
Right on. That's awesome.
All right. Well, you take care. Have a great day.
Okay, cool. You too.
All right, later.
Bye. Yeah, Fathead. He hosts the Jam in the Plane out there in Colorado every year in June. It's like a camping sort of meetup, get together, hodgepodge. The point of all this is that the powers that be want civil war, not revolution. Yeah. Political football. an experience watching you eat steak. Oh yeah, Ted eating raw steak on on Facebook the other day. What's up, Ben? Hail, Ben. Corn mixed with apple sugar equals deer frosted flakes. Yeah, sounds about right. Paul from Scotland. Hey. Douglas Palmer at Mark, call in. Missed the chipmunks this morning. Yes. My sound program was making me sound like a chipmunk this morning, and I had to quit my stream and dump everything and restart, and it was sucked. It sucked, but I did it because I love you guys. The resolution would be so much better. I agree with that, Jana. Steak tartare. It was like Southern Belle. He just opened the package and ate it straight out of the package. There's no seasoning. There's no warming of steak. There's no touching the hot skillet for a second on each side. No. He just straight out of the package opened it and ate it. And then you know who got grossed out the most? Like, he's laughing. He's thinking he's going to trigger some vegans on Facebook or whatever. You know who was grossed out the most? His mom. His mom calls him and she's like, "Why would you do that? That made me sick to my stomach." But not in a creepy way. Yeah. No washing dishes. That's right. No getting a pan dirty. I just thought it was hilarious that, like, the person that was the most triggered was his mom, and he was like, "Oh, well, I didn't really mean to upset my mom." But oh yeah, Ted loves that. It's like he's been doing it for a while. It's not even the first time he's done it. He does it all the time. It's kind of funny. But yeah. Unreal. The secret police are hiding an identity of the murderer. Bovino openly says that we are never learning the identity of the murderer because that would be doxing. He says he has already gotten the agent out of Minnesota's jurisdiction. He put him back on the job. He is part of an extensive open criminal cover-up. What? Bro.
Commander Bovino, when it comes to the shooting, from what I understand, there were 2 agents who fired shots. We know one of the agents had 8 years experience, and we know he was a less lethal instructor and had this training. What did the other agent, what was his history, and are they both working right now, or are they on administrative leave?
All agents that were involved in that scene are working, not in Minneapolis, but in other locations. That's for their safety. There's this thing called doxing, and the safety of our employees is very important to us. So we're going to keep those employees safe. As far as the number of shots, the number of agents involved, that, again, is going to come out in the investigation.
Commander Bovino, when it comes...
Doxing. You're an agent of the state. You don't get to be private if you're walking around as an armed agent of the state. Melania the movie? Is this fucking real? Oh my god, this is the real Donald Trump account. Melania the movie is a must-watch. Get your tickets today, selling out fast. Melania the movie. Are you kidding me right now? I mean, nothing against Melania, but who the fuck needs to watch a whole movie about Melania? Are you kidding? Act like they are a private militia? Yeah. Safety of the agents are more important than Americans. Well said, Gregory. That's true. I care more about their state, the agents of the state, than they do about the average person. By a lot. Yeah, disarmed and outnumbered. Like, okay, if this guy disarmed him, he should have said, like, seriously, the guy didn't need to die. He didn't even pull his weapon out on anybody because it was still in the holster. Oh, look at this picture. Well, that's a nice picture. I'm sorry, I just don't think that that was okay. Wild how quickly conservatives become anti-gun. Those of us who have legal carry permits know that it comes with certain requirements state by state. Having your permit and ID on you is basic stuff. No ID, that's an illegal carry. Lawful gun owners know all this, and we practice it every day.
Whoa! Whoa!
So that one ends right before the shooting? Federal judge had to block the government from destroying evidence in the Alex Preddy incident after feds wanted exclusive control of the investigation. They say nothing to hide, nothing to fear, then tell us we'll investigate ourselves. Yeah. My guess is behind the scenes they told the agents if you find a gun on them and you have the opportunity to shoot, then you shoot. I could see that. Mark, I said that earlier. I was saying earlier that they probably got like an unofficial okay to be they got the unofficial okay to go ahead and use deadly force, and that the administration would have their back, just like they did, just like right after that woman was killed, and right away everybody was calling her an act of domestic terrorism, and that she was trying to run people over. I didn't see that in that video. It did not look like she was trying to run anybody over. It looked like she was trying to go out of the way of the officer, not actually run him over. Like, it just didn't look that way to me. You do not bring a gun to a protest. The most disturbing part of all this is how much the bootlickers want it. Ben, I hear you on that. Oh boy, here we go. Well, yes, but we all know how much cops love when you run, the instant outrage. This is all bullshit. I agree, NDB, it is all bullshit. Ten bullets after the first point-blank shot looks like an execution. Dude, there was 4 agents holding him down, and the dude shot him in the back. That's some bullshit. That is some fucking totalitarian execution. It does look like an execution in the street bullshit. Now, and everybody said, oh, don't bring a gun to a protest. Okay, was everybody saying that to Kyle Rittenhouse? Don't bring a gun to a protest? No, you all fucking love Kyle Rittenhouse, don't you? Because he fucking shot a pedophile. Like, come on, you guys. Come on. Come on. Have some fucking balls up in here. Have some fucking balls. Come on, take some responsibility for yourself. We don't need these motherfuckers in here telling us what to do and how to live. We don't need it. Oh boy, are we having conflict in the comments. Conflict in the chat. I mean, how big is the immigration problem in Minnesota? Isn't that where all the Muslims are? Like, I feel like there's way more immigrants, like in, I don't know, New Mexico or Arizona or Texas or California or Nevada. What the fuck is popping off so hot in Minnesota? Like, I don't get it. Oh my god, MFT. Come on, bro. He had to be there. He was getting paid. Well, you guys are assuming that. You don't know that. You don't know that. So now all of a sudden, you guys have faith in the government, the agents of the state, the armed agents of the state, of our 100% corrupt government, that they are making the correct decisions and that they are shooting paid agitators who are the real ones who are the danger to disrupting and making things, causing civil unrest in the country, right? Is that what I'm hearing? That you guys don't think that any agent of the state could possibly be fucking responsible for causing any civil unrest? No, they're actually the ones doing the correct thing, and they're actually out there Like the government is now the white hats now, and they're actually shooting the paid agitators who were there to just like ruin everything because we're trying to fix the stuff that the Democrats did because it's still just about left versus right. Come on, people. Not one Somali has made the news yet. 100,000 plus Somalis in Minnesota. Look into the signal chats and the organization going on behind the scenes. What's that? That SIG P360 was a brand new nowhere on the magazine. Hey, Christy. Yeah, straight, seriously. Like, come on, you guys. Come on. You're not going to convince me that the ICE agents are doing, they're doing the bidding on the behalf of the people. They're doing the bidding on behalf of the motherfucking state. Being funded by who? Non-governmental organizations who make backdoor deals with the fucking government, with the corrupt government, bro. Like, seriously, this is manipulation. Like, it's what it is. We should not be cheering for any jackboot. We should not be cheering for any agent of the state to be executing any civilian in the street, armed or unarmed. This is not okay. This is like the beginning of shit getting even worse. Voter control. Right, by NGOs. But if you think that like this is all separate from these government officials, I just don't think so. Like this is like mass manipulation on a very high level. This is like what they do. This is how they influence the masses to like sort of push forward a certain directive that they want to get to. They want total control. Total control. You will own nothing and you will like it, and you will submit all of your biometrics and your DNA data and everything to the government so they can track you at all times. You will get a chip implanted in your hand so that we know where you are at all times. And it's for your safety. It's for your protection. We're going to protect you. We just want to make sure that you're a valid. You're not an invalid. You need to be a valid, okay? We're going to validate you. We're going to make sure that you're allowed to be here. You're a legal citizen of the United States, of the Corporation of America. And we're going to take good care of you. We're going to give you a universal basic income. We're going to give you a whole bunch of carbon credits. And guess what? We're going to be so nice that if you don't use your carbon credits, you can actually trade those carbon credits in for other things that you might want to use. Like maybe you want to get a little bit of extra red meat 1 week or something like that. Like, or, if you save up carbon credits, you can maybe eat meat twice a month. Could you believe it? Oh, you're so lucky. You're safe. You're safe in your little box, in your little stack. Just log on every day and run on your little treadmill and give your energy to the beast system. Oh my God. Seriously, like, how did these people even get here? This is geopolitical meddling is what this is. Back in the day, people just lived in their own country and they stayed in their own country and they had their own culture and they lived their lives and they farmed their land. And now the government controls everything and all the corporations control all the farmland and all the seed and all the food distribution and all this fucking bullshit. It all needs to be broken down. The beast system it needs to die. The beast system needs to die. Needs to die. Get extra Soylent Green. This is an Israeli-influenced government. They hate us. State officials toxic. NGOs, non-governmental organizations who make backdoor deals with governments. Like, it's known. The phone in his hand was dangerous, yeah. There ain't no good guys, there ain't no bad guys, there's only you and me and we just disagree. Start a GoFundMe, win billions to buy a seat on the board of peace, yeah. They're the same people who shamed us for not getting the vax. Hey, listen, there were conservatives shaming us for not getting the vax too. Don't act like... You act like no... There was no conservative person who was shaming people for not getting the vax. That's just not true. And they didn't really do anything to fucking help the people who were being persecuted for not getting the vaccine. Did they stand up for anybody's medical freedom? No, they didn't. They let it happen. They let that shit happen. So it's like, you know, I don't even know how anybody could say, oh, the left was worse than the right. They were both shitty shithead, you know, evil motherfuckers, like retards when COVID came around. Both of them, both sides. Learning a lot about people here. The economy has to collapse. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna. We don't all think like that dude here in Canada. All plan to become a problem to keep people busy, yeah? The right started the vax. Yep. Right? Trump was the vax daddy, wasn't he? Trump was the vax daddy. Operation Warp Speed. We can focus on left versus right, but that distraction keeps us from realizing the government sees it as the government versus the people. That's right. That's right. Operation Warp Speed. Yep. That's right. The government sees it as the government versus the people. Exactly. That's the real conflict right there, the government versus the people. It's supposed to be a government by the people, for the people. But time and time again, what do we see? We see the government attacking us. They don't do anything to help us. They impose ridiculous mandates on us. They force us to wear masks, get vaccines, don't do anything to help us when we don't want to get the bullshit vaccine. And then we get basically blackballed from everything in life. Can't go to the grocery store, can't go to work, can't do this, can't do that. Oh, but we never said you had to get the vaccine. Oh, well, you also didn't help anybody when they were getting fired because they wouldn't get that shit either. You know, it's like, ugh. I'm just very, very, I have no faith in our government at all whatsoever. I think it's 100% corrupt. I think it needs a complete reworking from the ground up. The government is not even following the Constitution as it was written for this country. You know, if they were, things would be a lot better. But they're not. But the left defo deserves to eat lead. I could find people on both sides that deserve to eat lead. In my opinion. Trump is the space daddy too, right? Operation Warp Speed, Vax Daddy, the Space Force. Many of the humans being gathered have U.S. court dates and are registered. That is how ICE is tracking them. The Communist Party. Right? The CCP. The Communist, something. Chinese Communist Party. Interesting that the U.S. problems are also the same in Europe. What a coincidence. Not really all planned. Yeah. Like the pathetic lefties that pretend to be reasonable, they always show themselves awful. Well, yeah. Government hasn't followed the Constitution in a very long time. Wait, can't trust politicians? And now they have lowered the recommended vaccines for babies. Yeah. Watch one of Trump's rallies. When he mentions the jab, the crowd boos him, and he's okay with it and says, your body, you do you. Yeah, but he still brags about it, and he talks about it like he saved millions of people's lives, even though it's actually the opposite. They didn't save anybody's lives with that bullshit. They took people's lives. They ruined people's lives. And he still goes around and he brags about it like he did some great thing. Like, it's disgusting. It's truly disgusting. And, you know, then right on the tail end of COVID, where they basically executed, indirectly murdered a whole bunch of Americans, then what do? They go murder a whole bunch of people living in Palestine so that Israel, the Greater Israel Project, can get going, and they can murder the place. They can level the place where Jesus Christ was literally born and lived. And we're supposed to be a nation full of Christians, and all these Christian people and all these retard Christians were okay with the state of Israel literally blowing up and leveling the birthplace of Jesus Christ, their Lord and Savior. Oh look, all of a sudden things are getting blurry. Things are getting scratchy. Oh, you guys don't want me talking about that stuff? Fuck you. Okay? Talk about whatever I want to talk about. I don't really care. You know? I just don't care anymore. I don't care if I get censored. I don't care. Oh my God, is this thing gonna... Oh, now it's saying my connection is poor. Gigabit internet. Excellent health until I start talking about how they blew up where Jesus lived. Don't talk about tiny hats. Yeah, exactly. Oy vey. It's okay again. The Greys are here. Okay, stream health back to excellent. Back to excellent now. Once I stop talking about it, back to excellent. You know, it's like, can we do an experiment where we just watch the stream health go to excellent and we start talking about all the evil shit that the tiny hats do, and then watch the stream health just go immediately to shit? Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B. Gonna have to give the sound a few seconds here. Let's see if it'll kick on like it has been already. Come on. Sound not working. Damn it. Oh, wait. Nope, they hung up. Tell you what. Dude, I know everybody says, oh, they're watching me, they're messing with me. I do it too. I totally feel messed with. Sometimes I totally feel messed with. And I'm not trying not to be a paranoid idiot either. But sometimes, I'm telling you, man, the timing. Why do bagels have holes? We're being incited towards civil war. Pay real good attention and think it through. Yes. Not my think tank, but someone's. Think tank has it on the list. Oy vey. Sometimes I tell you, the timing. I don't know what happened. Let me close this window and try to reopen the Google Voice window. I don't know. I may have to figure out something else for calls because Google Voice has become extremely unreliable here lately. Even though it was actually quite reliable for quite some time, it worked very well. Now it's a pile of doo-doo. Wants me to pay $10 a month. I don't really want to pay $10 a month for this. Like, come on, just work. Work the way you were working before. That's all you have to do is just work the way you were working. Yeah, even my yeah, it's like the sound tries to work and then it doesn't work because Google is all right. Well, that means that if you call in, you should hear it. If you guys hear that phone ring, that means that you should be hearing. Let's see. Do you hear that ring? Because if you hear that, it means it should work. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, it should work. It's all to get people on one side or the other. Google Meet works pretty good. Sleet and then freezing rain. Yeah. We got that whole sleet, freezing rain thing going on here. The whole thing is just Wait, what is the valid argument you're looking for from Ben, MFT? What is the valid argument that you're against what? Palantir is 6G. Doesn't communist China provide assistance to the people or just corporations? I actually don't know how it works in China. If anybody knows how it works in China, I would love to know how it works. I do not know. Well, if anybody wants to try calling back, you can try calling again. My sound seems to be working at the time. It may not be working, though. It may screw up again. Who knows? You never know. Nothing is for sure here. Nothing is for sure. Nothing is guaranteed. That supports unhinged paid protesters. Huh? China has long lines for healthcare, like really long lines. That's exactly what's happening though right now, MFT. The police state is being enacted. That's like what's happening though. That's exactly what's happening. Look at the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act that was supposed to protect us from the crazy terrorist Muslims back in 2001 that never went away and only got worse and made everything suck for like 25 years. They never go away. That's the thing. When you give government power, they never relinquish it. Never, ever, ever. And then that's why they create these problems so that they can get the power and then never relinquish it and just fuck you over continuously, day after day, just bend you over without any lube and just F you any way they want, any 6 ways to Sunday, and extract all the money and wealth out of you and keep it for themselves. This is the point. That's what's going on here. Ben is black-pilled. I may be black-pilled a little bit, too. Howdy, Sirius B. Millions of illegals? I don't know. Took a nap, Tommy? Nice. Pyramid of occult power. Government is at the bottom. Can't we just fix it without hurting anyone? That would be nice. That would be nice. Illegals are a problem now in every white nation. Yeah, but who put them there? The NGOs. The Jewish Coalition for sending immigrants to other countries to bring them down. That's who sent it. It's who did it. Right? Okay, so look at who's doing this. Who's sending these people there? Who's enabling that? Right? NGOs and the governments. The governments are letting it happen. Yeah, y'all just ignore Europe's illegal immigration problem. It's fine. The NWO will sail in on the Sea of Blood. Yeah, man, it's a mess. It's a mess. But you know, who's gonna fix it? The people we have to fix it. We have to start grassroots. Tell your children. Talk to your neighbors. Walk the walk. Having US be implicit on not enforcing borders. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of things that were done. And the only people who get screwed are the American people. The Dems pass those laws? Which laws? Anyone who's taken a penny in the name of fraud is guilty, which is like most of the people in the government. I mean, they're ridiculous. That's why these slimy fuckers want to be in the government, because they want to be able to get access to these corporations so they can make backdoor deals and make a bunch of money and become rich and sell out their constituents. That's what they want to do. Looks like thugs are going to fix it. Just like when your audio doesn't work, figure that shit out and keep moving forward, right? Channeling disembodied spirits of the giants. I don't know what they're doing, but it ain't anything good. I know that. Both sides suck. Yes, Mandy. Yes. The boots of oppression come in pairs. The right wing and the left wing are attached to the same bud. Yeah, meanwhile, everybody's okay with like a bunch of pedophiles being in the government and they're and then protecting themselves. I mean, there's just a whole litany of shit that is wrong with this country. And they're all big things. It's not like there's this one big thing and then there's this like little thing, a bunch of other little things that are kind of annoying. No, it's like, boom, rampant pedophilia and blackmailing ring, nobody being prosecuted. That's a big deal, okay? Epstein files. Boom, warp speed, mRNA injections, Pfizer knowing about all the damage that it did, and everybody still telling pregnant women to take the shot so that their babies die, still injecting babies with it. Okay, that's pretty major. Everybody lying, millions of lives ruined. Grandpas and grandmas died alone because people were convinced that they couldn't let their grandchildren to go see their grandparents because they're going to kill grandma and grandpa. Okay, that's a big fucking deal too. God, there's so many other things. What else is a big deal? Oh, I don't know. Monetary fraud, the Federal Reserve fraud, the unaudited Federal Reserve, the billions and billions and billions of lost dollars, over not just one time, like $1 billion lost during before 9/11, $1 billion lost in 2008, billions just pissing billions and billions of dollars down the fucking drain. Where does that money go? Oh, I don't know. But that's 3 big things right there that are wrong with this country. That's just 3. I mean, there's more. Like, I can't even, the whole medical system fraud, I don't know if that falls under COVID, but there was like the insurance scam, the insurance industry and the fraud of the insurance industry. That's a bunch of money laundering too. Forcing people to pay insurance, and then the insurance doesn't cover anything. And then, you guys didn't have flood insurance on your house in the mountains, and a hurricane came, and all this water came and washed your house away. Oh, that's too bad. We'll get FEMA out here. Maybe we can get you an apartment in like 6 fucking months. Because you have no recourse to rebuild your home. Okay. Or like any of the other stupid shit. How about the poor education in this country? How about the educational system? How come we're so low on the educational system as far as the scale of the world, right? We're like, everybody's so dumbed down. Nobody knows anything. Nobody can fucking balance a checkbook. People are graduating high school. They can't even fucking read. Like, dude, there are a lot of major things wrong with this country right now. Anyway, I'll stop my rant. If you want to see a real immigrant problem, check the Netherlands. Their immigrants problem is out of control because some towns there are more illegal immigrants than there are people now. Yeah, dude. We're shit talking Stavely. Dude, Brian's out working. He's hustling. He's trying to make something for himself. He's busting his ass. Brian is hustling. That's where Brian's at. Paris is ruined now too. Well, I'll tell you what. I went to Paris in 1999. They were a bunch of assholes back then. I don't know that it. If it's worse now, that's bad. That means it's real bad. Hey, Lowry. We should get medals for just making it through the week. Hey, Serious B, right? We should all get medals for making it through 2020 to 2025. Go to church. Dude, seriously, though. Excess deaths. Is he still bartending? Yeah. Yes, he is. Bartending and doing real estate. Trying to break into that real estate market. Brian moving on with his life instead of being in the echo chamber. Good for him. Yeah, but yet here you are, stupid. You're in the echo chamber, aren't you? Bunch of assholes. Did I look at this yet? What's this? No. Is this what you were talking about? Was the new FE article? YouTube recommendations turn many into flat earth believers. An American journalist reports that during a surge in conspiracy content in YouTube, many people were swayed by the platform's video recommendations, especially concerning the flat earth theory. Could YouTube be favoring conspiracy content? How old is this article? Because it doesn't now. This from today? At any rate, the platform's recommendation algorithm has raised many eyebrows and faced harsh criticism. For instance, some critics argue that the algorithm steers users towards increasingly radical political content, particularly the far-right variety. Well, hold on. They think the algorithm pushes people toward radically political content, not the fucked up government, not all the evil shit that the government does, like right in our faces every day. They don't think that pushes people to radical political content. They think it's the YouTube algorithm. Get out of here! Okay, sorry, I'll continue. Particularly of the far-right variety. Right. There are also complaints that YouTube fails to distinguish between innocent cartoons and parodies that are deemed violent and sometimes unhealthy. Is YouTube promoting flat earth theory? The platform is also criticized for potentially encouraging viewers to consume conspiracy content, particularly a theory that has gained traction over the past few years. The flat earth theory, to clarify this theory, claims that the earth is flat, not spherical, and includes numerous elements of a conspiracy against humanity, according to National Geographic. Citing an IFOP survey, no less than 9% of the French population believe in it. 9% of French people think the earth is flat, huh? There are many videos available on the topic, often parodying the movement and aiming to ridicule it. However, a deeper search reveals a significant number of serious videos supported by low-quality images, eerie voices, and unsettling music. A rise in followers in 2015. A journalist from Daily Beast attended a recent Flat Earth conference in Denver, USA. She inquired how followers were introduced to the theory, and most common answer was YouTube. Specifically, this was the YouTube of 2015 when many prominent figures in the movement started their channels on the platform. Followers did not hesitate to consume a vast amount of video content on their favorite subject. It's also worth noting that the recommendation algorithm can be very efficient, but not for all topics. For instance, science and factual information have been less well served, but YouTube stated in the summer of 2018 that it was making efforts to improve this respect. Yeah, that's when they called out Flat Earth specifically, and that's when everybody started getting ghosted. Is that it? That's it. You scraping the bottom of the barrel with this, Sarah Johnson, with a PhD in biomedical engineering, and this is your freaking article? That's it? This is a PhD in biomedical engineering. This is the article she wrote. She didn't even bring anything new. She's talking about old shit. The only thing new in here is that allegedly 9% of the French population believe in flat Earth. That's it. Rise in followers. What is this? This is like... Are you just meeting a quota of articles you need to write or something? Sarah? Lame. She's a chump. That was a horrible article. I went to Europe in 1984, and that was the year my social group tour decided not to go to Paris because they were aggro to Americans back then. Dude, Paris? They treat Americans like shit. I bet he only sells small houses. Get it? Whatever, don't judge me. Fucking Mark. Like 9% of France and 10 million Brazilians. I wonder how many Americans and Canadians. Yeah, I don't know. Allegedly, 10% of Americans think Earth is flat. So that's like 33 million people. 33. Right? What's the population of America? $345 million. So if 10% of Americans think the Earth is flat, that's 34.5 million people. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. 34.5 million people. She has a look on her face like she hasn't been laid in a few years. Probably not. I mean... What's up, Dan MC? What does this mean? Scientists just got the clearest picture of the dark universe yet. Now the dream has come true. What dream? The results from the Dark Energy Survey shine new light on our understanding of the universe and its expansion. Scientists have been gifted with a clearer picture of the expansion of the universe and dark energy, the mysterious force driving the acceleration of this expansion than ever before. This comes courtesy of the analysis of 6 years' worth of data collected by the Dark Energy Camera mounted on the U.S. National Science Foundation Victor M. Blanco 4-meter telescope. Dark Energy Camera? Can somebody explain to me how you can have a camera specifically to look at something that you don't even know what it is or what it's made out of and you can't see it? What is a dark energy camera? What kind of horseshit is this? What is a dark energy camera? The data analyzed consists of 758 nights of observations of 1/8 of the sky, conducted by the Dark Energy Survey collaboration between 2013 and 2019 during the Deep Wide Area Survey of the Sky conducted using the 570 megapixel DE cam, which recorded information from 669 million galaxies located billions of light years from Earth. This analysis represents the first time the four separate methods of studying dark energy have been united as one. The results doubled the strength of the constraints of the effect of dark energy, an essential step towards discovering the true nature of this mysterious force that dominates the universe. Okay, right, sure. The results from DES shine new light on our understanding of the universe and its expansion. Blobbity blah, someone with a long title says. They demonstrate how long-term investment in research and combining multiple types of analysis can provide insight into some of the universe's biggest mysteries. Okay. Some can provide insight into some of the universe. Okay, provide insight. An expanding problem. The first hints of dark energy were uncovered in 1998 when two separate teams of astronomers observed distant supernovas, finding that the further away they were, the faster they were receding away from Earth. That not only confirmed that the universe is expanding, as Edwin Hubble suggested a century ago, but shockingly revealed that this expansion is accelerating. Dark energy is the placeholder name given to whatever is driving this acceleration. In the 28 years since that discovery, scientists have determined that dark energy accounts for around 68% of the total energy and matter budget of the cosmos. It has also been discovered that dark energy isn't always dominated the 13 billion year old universe in this way. Its effect only kicked in and overwhelmed the attractive force of gravity at large scales between 3 and 7 billion years ago. These findings have only emphasized the need to understand what dark energy is. They don't know any of this shit. This is all guessing. They're just making shit up. This is all just a bunch of scientists who get together and they look at all the numbers that they crunch from looking at telescopes and measuring like ridiculously minute changes in whatever light is making its way to the telescope. And then they go, I think it's between 3 and 7 billion years. I agree. I thought I was going to say 5 billion years, which falls between 3 and 7 billion years. So I agree with that. Yes, me too. My guesstimate was 3.4 billion years. That was also between 3 and 7 billion years. So I also agree. That circle jerk. Do I even finish reading this crap? Because it's all just a bunch of gobbledygook about how they just throw these numbers around. Like, they don't even have any scientific way to come to any of these numbers. They don't have any scientific way to prove this 6 billion years, or this happened at this time, or this happened that many billion years ago. Like, it's all just bullshit. Ugh. Now this is fake and gay, right? Just round up to 10%. Dark matter. Space cock. Flying to Arizona on Wednesday. I hope ICE doesn't deport me. Like taking a picture of a black hole, infinite darkness over a black background. Yeah. No, that time it was me pretending to be the chipmunk. I don't mind the chipmunk voice if I do it on purpose, but I can't be having the sound doing that shit to me full time. That's not okay. Rolls the dice to determine number in the billions. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna need a raw steak after the show. I don't do that. I'll take a rare steak, but raw with like no seasoning, like the way Ted does it. Yeah, I don't have a taste for that. I like my steak to be a little bit grilled. Could be pink in the middle. Space Force and balloons. Let's just read the conclusion here. God. The DES team reconstructed matter distribution over the past 6 billion years of cosmic history. Get the fuck out of here. None of these people can even visualize what the number 6 billion even means in their mind. And that you expect us to believe that they actually reconstructed matter distribution for a time period of 6 billion years? What kind of computing bullshit? Do they even have computers that could compute that kind of data? Like, I feel like that's like so much data you wouldn't even really, the computer couldn't even process it. That's ridiculous. Just more scientists trying to make themselves look important, trying to justify their grants. Could happen. Sear each side of steak in cast iron with avocado oil, butter, and rosemary. Yes, Southern Belle. Yes, just like that. And a little bit of garlic, too. I might put some garlic in there in the oil to flavor the garlic, the oil. YouTube's holding so many comments. Is it? Lost city deep beneath the ocean is unlike anything before seen before on Earth. Is this a real thing? Underwater terrain of the Lost City hydrothermal fields. Is it really a city, or what are they calling it? Close to the summit of an underwater mountain west of the mid-Atlantic ridge, a jagged landscape of towers rises from the gloom. Their creamy carbonate walls and columns appear ghostly blue in the light of a remotely operated vehicle sent to explore. They range in height from tiny stacks the size of toadstools to a grand monolith standing 60 meters, nearly 200 feet tall. This is the Lost City. Discovered by scientists in 2000, more than 700 meters beneath the surface, the Lost City hydrothermal field is longest-lived venting environment known to the ocean. Nothing else like it has ever been found. Okay, so it's not an actual city. It's just in a thermal venting field that they found. That's got some crystalline structure. That's a crystalline structure basically growing under there. So if it's a thermal venting field, that means it's hot. It's hot coming out of the vent, right? So it's probably got an extremely high mineral content, and it's basically leaking a mineral slurry is probably causing it to rapidly crystallize, which is giving it this crazy structure feature. Interesting. For at least 120,000 years and maybe longer, the upthrusting mantle in this part of the world has reacted with seawater to puff hydrogen, methane, and other dissolved gases out into the ocean. In the cracks and crevices of the filled vents, hydrocarbons feed novel microbial communities even without the presence of oxygen. Chimneys spewing gases as hot as 40 degrees Celsius are home to an abundance of snails and crustaceans. Larger animals such as crabs, shrimp, sea urchins, and eels are rare but still present. Despite the extreme nature of the environment, it appears to be teeming with life, and researchers think it's worth our attention and protection. How about you don't pay attention to it? How about you just leave it alone? A calcite vent. See, it's calcite. Strands of bacteria living on a calcite vent in the Lost City. So calcite comes out and crystallizes and creates these structures, and things live on it. That's pretty cool. So it's like a city, but it's not a human city. It's like a little nature city. A record-breaking discovery of mantle rock in the form of a 1,268-meter-long core sample dug from the Lost City hydrothermal field. It's hoped the core could provide crucial evidence on how life emerged on Earth billions of years ago under conditions preserved in the minerals. Scientists always trying to figure out what the creator did. You're never going to figure it out, knuckleheads. You're never going to figure it out. Never going to figure it out. You can have theories, but you're never going to know. Like underwater volcanic vents called black smokers, which have also been named as a possible first habitat. The Lost Cities ecosystem doesn't depend on the heat of magma. Possible first habitat. See, this kind of goes along with what I was saying with the minerals being the first life form here. And there being the super saturated slurry in the beginning. And then what happens first? The minerals congeal and start to form bonds and grow and create a crystalline structure, which is terra firma, which is Earth, right? And you have that layer of bedrock, it just sort of set in motion all of the other things that happened as the world formed, came into an existence. It grew from the slurry. Anyway, pretty interesting. Mermaid jacuzzi. Is somebody ever going to tell us how you flood a ball? Chill, there are a button to unlock your caps. Yeah, you guys are talking about that Chillster dude who talks in all caps. I hate reading all caps. This is why I have him blocked. Like, from my account, so I don't have to look at it, but not blocked from the channel. You're all just an illusion created in my mind anyway. Yeah, some people, they just refuse to not type in all caps, and I don't get it. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's really difficult to read. Well, aren't we the salt of the earth? So we are those minerals. Yes. Yes. In fact, humans allegedly have a little bit of every known mineral and element known to man inside the human body in very trace amounts. So I don't know how true that is, but allegedly that's the story. But yeah, we are those minerals, like salt, different types of salt. Like salt holds the memory in the mineral water, right? Those different types of salts in the water is like, we need those. You can't just drink straight up, but you can distill water and drink it. And I was doing that for a while, but I could tell there was something missing. There was something, that mineral part, those trace minerals that are in, natural spring water or mineral water or just water. It was missing those. So I don't really drink distilled water anymore. I do still have my distiller, and I use my distiller for making tinctures and like different mixtures and stuff, like DMSO mixtures and stuff, like things that you need, for like home healthcare that you would need to distill water for. But like as far as drinking water, I like my reverse osmosis, which is like it takes the fluoride out, but the minerals stay. So thinking about it, Eve was created from Adam's ribs, so that's a seed crystal. Yes, that's a very interesting way to think about it. But yes, Mike Stroh, exactly. Like whenever you want to grow crystals, you have your slurry, but you got to have that seed crystal, right? There has to be a seed crystal which starts the process, and then it continues that. It's like the little seed that it tells. it sends a signal to the other mineral particles in the slurry. Okay, this is what we're doing. We're making this form today out of ourselves, and then it will do it. Just like a plant grows from a seed, like the program is in the seed, right? For what that plant grows to become, well, it grows a soil, but the same is for a crystal. A crystal will grow in the supersaturated slurry, and that seed, tells it. It's like the Kickstarter, tells it what it's doing. Add Celtic salt to my distilled water. Yeah. Like a sperm to an egg. Yes. Actually, yes. There is like that little spark that happens, right? It's like been recorded when the sperm actually goes into the egg, and like there's like a reaction, right? There's like an electrical reaction that happens when the sperm meets the egg, and that's it. That's the beginning. That process then begins the cell division, the multiplication, and then it becomes like the blast. What is it called? Blasto something. Anyway, and it looks like the flower of life. Yes, all of that. Maybe it's a vision thing. See, there was other people who say it's a vision thing, but I don't buy that. I don't buy that it's a vision thing. Because he can read other people's comments to reply to them, can't he? So it's not a vision thing. If it's a vision thing, how's he reading anybody else's freaking comments? He can only read his own comments because they're in all caps, and everybody else, it's just they don't get read because they're not in all caps. I'm sorry, I just don't buy that. I don't buy it. I think some people just are addicted to writing in all caps. They can't not do it. For whatever reason, they're stuck on it, and that's what it is. But you're never gonna, I'm not gonna buy, you're never gonna convince me, oh, it's because they can't see no, they can see everybody else's bullshit that isn't in all caps, okay? Come on. I think it's easier to read when there's upper and lower case. When it's all caps, it just starts to all look the same. I know. There was another guy who typed in all caps and he was like, well, I can't see, but yeah, but you can see everybody else's comments that aren't typing in all caps, can't you? To reply, yeah, you can. It's all good though. I didn't block him from the channel. I'm not that mean. That's so funny. All right, it's almost 2:00. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything else going on? What other horrible shit is going on in the world? Let's see. What's for you? What does X think is a good suggestion for me? Want to see something interesting? What's the difference between South Carolina and North Carolina during a winter storm? Watch me cross the border to find out.
His back was loaded with salt. You can see this roadway.
Let's see.
All right, you guys want to see something cool? Something interesting? All right, we're in South Carolina right now, just south of North Carolina. So you got a plow working the roads here. Dropping salt. His back was loaded with salt. You can see this roadway. Wet, slushy.
It's what my roads look like, and I'm in
Overall,
North
it's in
Carolina.
pretty good shape. All right, we're gonna drive up the road here about 500 yards or so.
No way is
And
this
we're gonna cross
guy
into
going to
North
try to
Carolina.
say that,
All right, here we
that
go.
North Carolina
There's
roads
the
are
sign.
worse than
Welcome to
South
North
Carolina
Carolina.
roads? Get out.
All right, well,
This is rage
I
bait,
guess
right,
South
Ted?
Carolinians are dragging some salt here into North Carolina, but watch, things are about to change here dramatically.
This is rage
Some
bait.
salt's melting the surface here, but here we go. We're in North Carolina now, guys. Much different situation here in North Carolina. Snowy, icy roadway. I have not seen any plows.
Bro, this
Pretty
is
much all
rage
day.
bait. I live in North Carolina. My roads got salted twice. Twice in 2 weeks.
Just crossing the state line from South Carolina to North Carolina. Well, it might be futile for South Carolinians to drop all that salt.
Thank you for resetting. You're welcome.
Freezing rain today, so we'll see what happens.
On the phone and tablet, my eyes suck. But can you read other people's comments? Tartaria in all caps must really piss her off. Are you trying to piss me off? Just got into the state, give it a minute, right? I think that's rage bait because anybody who lives here knows that South Carolina roads are notoriously worse than North Carolina roads. Like around here, without any snow or anything on it, I could make a video like this guy showing how good the roads are in North Carolina, and you literally, there's a state line, it says welcome to South Carolina, and the road is wrecked after that. Ted is my witness. Ted is my witness. Not that there aren't wrecked roads in North Carolina too, but it's like noticeably bad, worse in South Carolina. The best in all the nation. That's not a firearm. You know what's funny? It's funny how this person is calling this a firearm. It's like, have you seen a firearm? Do you know what a firearm looks like? Because it doesn't look like that. This was us yesterday. Me and Ted, we were doing donuts on the ice in the little K truck. But we were inside the K truck. So the video's not as fun. We need to do it again with the exterior shot, like you were saying, Ted. Maybe we could do that this afternoon. Right, well, anyway, is it time to wrap it up? I love SC, by the way. Dude, I love the Carolinas. I love North and South Carolina. I love living in the Carolinas. I live on the border. I'm in North Carolina, but I live on the border, and I got friends that live in South Carolina, and I go to both. And I really love living in the Carolinas. I think this place is pretty awesome. And I grew up in California. Cutting kitties. Bad roads drive through Mississippi or Oklahoma. Yeah, probably. All right, you you guys. I am going to wrap it up. It's almost 2 o'clock. I'm going to get on with my day. NC born and raised. I was not born here, but my daughter was born here, and I do like it. NC hurricanes are way shittier than SC hurricanes. Aren't they the same thing? All right, you guys, listen. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for being here. I appreciate all your input and comments. And yeah, have a great rest of your week. And we shall see you soon. Bye-bye.
Over the earth, but I'm not spinning at all. Hi, Haley. I'm spinning at 120 miles per hour. How about you, Zach? I am spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, but I don't feel it. Oh, fuck.